Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg back again, and I haven't done any updates for about a month now. Been quite a lot going on in my life at the moment with one of my wife's cousins, basically a good friend and sister almost, passed away recently, and we had a funeral on Thursday, so that was quite an emotional day. And on Monday, was it Monday? Yes, Monday. The cat Bella, my cat Bella, has been diagnosed with cancer in the jawbone and it's inoperable. So she will pass away eventually, but at the moment she's okay. I've just left her asleep. I was going to bring her in, but I thought no, I'll just leave her asleep. But I'll keep you updated with Bella, which is a big shock. It really is a big. She's just going for a normal checkup and things like that, and then we get this news. It says she's 15 on the 17th of this month, so she's a fairly old cat. So that's where a lot of the time has gone with one thing and another as well. But I have been getting to the bench a couple of hours here and there, and I've actually completed the JAGDTIGER, so I'm happy with it. Just one thing to add is a bit of damp earth when it goes into the dial, which I'm going to start today at some point. So anything else I need to say? I think that's it. But all the figures are all finished. You've seen all those. Yeah, I think it's just the JAGDTIGER, isn't it? Just the JAGDTIGER. So I shall bring the beastie in. And I'm actually going to dedicate this to Bella, one big cat to another. They call me soft, but no. She's been a very good companion, almost like my little shadow, she is. So we have the JAGDTIGER. Let me just bring around. I've got one figure in for now. We'll work off from the back. So let's just zoom in a little touch. Let's just zoom in a little touch. Here we go. So on the back here, just a sporadic few bits and pieces. We've got the wooden crate, we've got the MG and all the shell cases. Put a bucket and just filled it with a brass rod. Spare wheel, left one of the, where's my pointy stick? I'll use one of these instead. Yeah, we've got that's one of the barrel cleaning rods just left thrown on there. The shovel just for the picking up the shell cases. On here we have a milk churn or some churn, because obviously it's got something in it I want to use and keep and drink perhaps. Little tarps, these are just made out of tissue. This one isn't quite finished yet. I've just noticed I haven't finished that one quite yet, but that's a 5-minute job. Jerry can. I've just stuck those on the tow cables on the back there for now. I know it's probably not what happened, but I thought it looked quite nice there, so I've just left it, because basically it's just like the dial is like a what if type dial. It probably did happen maybe with this vehicle, but I just thought I'd add that to it at the back. And obviously at the bottom, can we see, at the bottom we have the obligatory German bucket just under the cable there, and a little chain hanging over the side there as well. So see the bucket, can we see the bucket? Just underneath there. Yeah, so that's obviously all weather. I just used, what did I use mainly was this light earth. Dry earth from Aqua. I haven't got much left, I can't get hold of it anymore, and a couple of earth colours from Big Effects, like Nature Effects. I just use those, like there's an earth one, there's a dry earth one as well. Got dry earth and turned dirt as well, or turned earth, yes, turned dirt, and what's the other one I used? And a bit of earth effects again, which is the dark mud. I didn't use a lot of this because obviously I don't want it too muddy, not when dark. Also I made a very light wash of all these, a combination of the three, and I got like it's like almost like a filter of dust. So that's been used on the vehicle as well for the weather and processing. Chipping as normal. What else? Obviously going around with the graphite stick or pencil. We've done that. We have also added one figure and the MG on the top, which isn't quite finished yet. I've got the little figure there with the MG, which just needs finishing here. I've got the strap to finish here, and he's just stuck in there for now. And as you can see, we have let's just pop that back up a minute. There we go. We have asparagus fern. I went into the village this week and actually bought a plant, asparagus fern plant. So I'm going to look about snipping bits off as and when and using them. Got them in some glycerol if I need to, and leave it there soaking for a while, and we'll pull them out, and that should hopefully keep them with the colours and quite fresh. This is stuff I bought offline. What was it? The actual company doesn't exist anymore. Is the Scenic factory. That's where I got these things from. I'll show you in a sec. That company, but doesn't exist anymore now, to my knowledge anyhow. So what did I get from them? Well, from the person on eBay, we got some loose pine needles, you know, they're all loose. We got some dead ones as well, so a mixture of those, and we have from lots of fern, which is a bit of asparagus fern scraps. Paid a bit much for it, but I needed some, so I bought them. I got a better deal with adding the other two to it as well, so I suppose it wasn't too bad in the end. But they've come in really useful. I've coloured them slightly again. I've had mud tones to the ones where they're dragging down on the wheels on here. These are all finished now. The tracks. These have all been painted as well. I've actually painted the stems, and that made them a bit more tree-like. And again, just that dust effect again, just where it's been able to, would be where the wheels have churned up the muck. And on this side, because there's no fenders on there, so it was dirty obviously, and it's starting to dry out now, but you've got the remnants of the all the muck that's been shot up from the tracks. So I've left that like that. I've put out a few tools on. Obviously we've got the starting handle. I don't know if it's wood or not, I can't quite make up my mind, but I've painted it as wood anyhow, and same with the painted wood obviously for the barrel cleaning rods. Again, I haven't, because these vehicles didn't last that long in the field and they were relatively new, I haven't added a lot of rust to it at all. Just bits and pieces maybe now and again hanging from these track hangers and things like that, but generally a few chips and scrapes, but not rust as such. And again, we've got no fenders down the front, so I've just done with that light mud, that light dust again, just feathered it on, and it's worked out quite well. These two here are the remnants from the fenders, but it's been ripped off on that part there, so I thought it looked quite nice on there, so I've left them on there like that. And on the top we have, and on here we have, on the front again we have all the asparagus fern again, so just a second, bloody children again, bloody adults, bloody children. Yeah, so I put a little cam on it down, added some of the asparagus fern right down the barrel. As you'll see, it'll come in for a part of the diorama, so I've disguised it type of thing, so that's worked out quite well. I had the brass, yeah, it was a PE sheet with like netting on, and I bent it around the barrel and put it on the barrel so you could stick the asparagus fern in them. So let's just zoom out again. Out, I still never get it right, do I? Yeah, so we've got the yeah, I'm quite happy with it. And again, on the front, the tracks look quite nice. I've got them webs. Just going to add a bit of damp earth to these in the sort of where the centre, more towards the centre of the tracks. Again, we've got that like that. No fenders on the front. Build up of mud slightly on these parts here. Just on here. One's got the actual bracket left on, the other one's just partly gone, and there's just build up of general muck and dirt on there. MG works. Here's the pencil on the weld seams. Anything else? I think that's about it really. I just weathered it as I saw it, you know what I mean. I had a vision for what I wanted to do, but it didn't quite work out. Like I said, I stripped it right back and started again, and I'm so glad I did, because this is basically what I wanted to do in the first place, but it didn't work out the way I was going to do it. So I reverted back to plan B, which I'm happy with now. Yeah, so I'll lift it off the track so you can see it's the wheels again. I've got all the wheels there, all weathered as well, with the same products again. I'm quite happy. Got a bit of like grease coming from the inside of that wheel, and a bit more on that one there. All the tracks have been weathered with pencils and things like that. Actually, no, there's a file to file these because they're metal tracks. Fit perfectly. It's quite because obviously you got a jig with track on, so I built it. When I built the tracks, I just used the jig and left them on the jig, so I knew exactly how many track parts I needed. So that worked out quite well. Both sides are the same. Up. And have a better look at the rear. And there again, we left both guards on, but the side parts have been taken off and damaged, but the rear parts I've just left on. So there isn't a great deal of mud up the back of it because of the fenders, but there's going to be dust and that that's been kicked up and muck, so I have added some bits to there again. We can see the back with the milk churn and nothing. I just thought milk churns add a bit of colour more than anything. But it will all blend in once it goes into the diorama. But you'll see what I mean with the milk churn and one thing and another, the other bits and pieces that I've got to go on, which I'll show you in a second. I'll just pop that back on there for now. I thought that one was glued in, but it isn't glued in. Yeah, so we'll just put the JAGDTIGER to the side a second, but I say I'm quite happy with that. I'm really pleased with the fern and one thing and another. It worked out really nicely. So let me just pop this back on there. Oh, Lucas has just woke up. He's nearly 2, I can't believe it. In a couple of months he's nearly 2. Yeah, so I was going to show you some little bits that I've done as well that are going to be added to the dial. And once, you know, I've got it planned out, I'm going to have to make a slightly bigger base than I showed you because it wasn't going to be big enough. And where's all the bits that I've got? And I've got in here, yes, basically. Because I couldn't open the back doors on the actual JAGDTIGER, I was talking to a friend who said most of the time if you have shells on the back, the doors would have been open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them on the floor, and instead of just having 3 spent shells, I'm going to put like a small pile of them. So I've made 5 altogether now, so they're going to be on the ground. That's nothing to do with it. So we've got zoom in again. So yeah, we've got 5 shells, so they're going to be sort of strategically placed on the dial as well. And we have some from the I think it's Tamiya Field Kitchen parts. So I've got all these like soup tins or whatever they are, stew in these tins. I've got 1, 2 the same, and then we've got a slightly bigger one as well. Again, that's just lightly weathered again, dust and muck and things like that, nothing too much, but they're going to be added as well. And there's a couple of little flasks, or canteens for the soldiers, obviously with their what they have their stuff in, their food. Is it gonna yeah, we are. So I've got a couple of those to add as well, one there and the other one is there. We've got some bottles. Got some little bottles. I need to find or make some sort of labels for these of some description, the red wine, and just make an orange one and a clear one just to place around as well. And we have some bread in various shapes and a block of cheese as well. So, I've got some bread, really not finishing off, but I've got a little some bread and a bit of cheese and things like that, just to go with the wine. So that'll be added to the dio as well. So I'll just pop all these back. All these other bits are just some spare grab handles. I'll keep them in there anyhow so I know where they are. Let's put them away. Yeah, so they'll be all added when the figures, you've seen all the figures, there's no point in me showing you all the figures again. Let's just pop all these back in here. So I've done no more towards the trees yet. There'll probably be, I'll build another base and then I'll go back and finish the trees. I've got a 3 on there. Obviously you've seen the one that's finished, that was made and didn't use on one of my dios with the German, so the Russian JSU122 S or M. It was S, wasn't it? S. Yeah, so okay, just gonna pull these back. I forgot all of these small parts being on there. And some bolt heads and things made. Well, my good friend Kenneth sent me quite a lot of them. They have been used, and there's a few extra ones in here that are painted just in case I needed any more. I don't think there's anything else on this update now, so we'll now concentrate on the diorama, and I'll keep you updated with my poor little Bella, how she's getting on and that. They haven't given us a time scale. It could be, you know, I don't really know. I don't want to think about it, to be perfectly honest, but she'll be fine. I'm sure she'll be fine, but we'll know when the time is right, when she isn't. So we know, we'll know that, unfortunately. But I don't want to suffer. I certainly don't want to suffer. And if it's cancer, unfortunately, I do know what it's going to feel like for her without the treatment. He says she's just too old for chemotherapy and radiation treatment. Plus, it wouldn't necessarily work. It may just add a few more months to her life, but after the chemo and that, you're just ill. Basically, you're just very, very ill. So I don't want her to go through that if it's not going to work and it's going to impact her. So we'll rather just let it go progress naturally, which the vets did say that was probably the best way to go. Anyhow, so I'll keep you updated with Bella, and again, thank you very much for stopping by. I know the updates have been few and far between each one, but I say I just haven't had a lot of time at the bench recently. So yeah, so again, thank you very much to all my subscribers, new and old, and once I get them cracking on with the dio, I'll bring the dio in and we can go chat about what we've done with the dio and one thing and another. Yeah, again, thank you very much, and we'll see you very soon with an update on the dio. Goodbye.